When you think of a bee, what other ideas are brought to mind? Is it an annoying pest, a sense of fear, or something seemingly irrelevant to your life? Well, what if you heard that you would not be here today if it wasn't for this insect? Bees have a tremendous impact on our economies, food security, and global environment. They are the world's best pollinator. An estimated 33% of the food we consume daily is dependent on bee pollination, and 80% of U.S. crops are dependent on bee pollination.
Auburn University, located in southeast Alabama, has become the first campus in Alabama to affiliate with Bee Campus USA, making it the first bee campus in Alabama.
So a bee campus is basically a campaign to promote native bees and honeybees across campuses in the United States. Bees have numerous roles on the college campus, just like the rest of the environment. You know, we have community gardens here, we have trees, and they all rely on bees for pollination in particular to help them reproduce. So all the students, for example, with community gardens and growing melons up there and blueberries, they need those bees to basically produce the food and berries that the students want to eat.
Citizens of Earth have recently begun to recognize just how fragile our ecosystems are, including issues of climate change and environmental destruction. Through researching these topics, bees' important role in this balance has become more apparent. Certain organizations, such as Bee Campus USA, have made it their mission to bring bee conservation to the forefront of society, and not only the environmental community, but by bringing awareness to all so everyone can do their part.
So what makes Auburn special is just we're really promoting bees across the campus through research, through teaching, through outreach. So we really have a concerted effort through multidisciplinary approaches, from the Office of Sustainability to the entomology department to even biology and landscape architecture, for example. So we're really working together to promote bees on campus. So Auburn, really moving forward as a bee campus, promotes all kinds of aspects of the campus, from students, from faculty. I mean, we're a land-grant university that's promoting agriculture and environmental sustainability. So by participating in the Bee Campus USA program, this is just one example of how we can raise awareness to promote the environment. To become a bee campus, a university, particularly the Office of Sustainability or other groups that are interested in promoting bees, they have to file a series of commitments to the Xerces Society and to Bee Campus USA. And these range from raising awareness through events to supporting pollinators through habitat programs, as well as even just maintaining a website. So there's a series of 6 commitments that the university has to basically fulfill to be a bee campus. So bees impact the global ecosystems, for example, in a number of different ways. The most important is because they have a close relationship with flowering plants. And a great example of that for us humans is the food that we eat. So a lot of food rely on bees to pollinate, to basically move pollen from a male flower to a female flower, for example. So examples of food that we eat that are pollinated by bees include almonds, blueberries, apples, and pears. So without bees, we wouldn't have these foods to promote our health and nutrition. So bees are very important for the environment, for pollination services. They also produce honey and natural sweeteners that we eat. So they play a critical role in the Earth's ecosystems as well as human life. So we really need to preserve bees and their environment so that we can have really a sustainable future. So there's a number of ways Auburn students can promote Bee Campus USA and bees on campus. For example, they can create bee hotels on your balconies of your residences, for example, or just outside in the many boulevards that we have on campus. There's a lot of places where you can hang and create bee hotels. You can also participate in community gardens and provide forage for bees so that they have something to feed on and to pass on to their developing offspring. So a bee hotel is essentially a human-made structure that provides a nesting habitat for wild bees, particularly cavity nesting bees that like to nest in little hollow twigs or holes in wood or lumber. Students can be involved in bee hotels in a number of different ways. They can hang them on their balconies or in their neighborhoods, but they can also create them quite easily with material that are just lying around their home. For example, old pieces of wood or scrap lumber. You can also wander out into the woods and use some old bamboo and cut those down and use them as cavities for bee hotels.
Bee Campus USA is doing great work to promote pollinator awareness to keep our campus alive and beautiful.